Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a drop-down list or a list box in order for people using your spreadsheet as well as maybe yourself to be able to choose from a drop-down list for the contents of a cell instead of having to type it. Okay, so let's say this is our little very simplified input form here. Okay, and we want people to input their gender and the semester. Let's say you're emailing this out to a bunch of your colleagues or classmates and you need to collect this information for some project or something. Okay, this comes up a lot, this collection of information and using a spreadsheet software. So you don't want people to be typing random things in here, like instead of, let's say you just want fall, spring, summer, or winter, and people start writing fall 2012 or something. Okay, and everyone types it a different way. Some people leave off the second L, some people just write fall F, and so on. And at the end, when you have to compile all this information, you're gonna have to go through all that stuff and make them equal to each other so that you can, you do some kind of statistical work or graph or chart, something like that, and you need to make all of them be uniform. In other words, all the falls have to be spelled the same way and look the same way, and you don't want to have to go through that. So you can set certain limits up here and allow them to choose, people to choose from the list instead of having to type in, thereby saving them work and you work, and it's quite a cool trick. Okay, so the way you do that, first you need to have a list on the side anywhere on the workbook where you can where you're going to put in the different values that you're going to allow people to input. Alright, so for example, for gender, obviously we have male and female. Okay, and for semester, these are the 4 choices I want to give them. I don't want them to type anything else but exactly one of these. So I'm going to make them actually have to choose from these things. And the way you do that is you go in the cell where you want the drop down. So we're in the gender area. You go over to data ribbon. You go to data validation and you click data validation. Here you're in this cell and you say allow and you change this to list. And then it asks you for the source of that list. And you can simply, for gender, highlight male and female. Click OK. And now you see when someone clicks in gender, they get a little arrow, a drop down, and they have to choose from either male or female. Okay? And this male and female is being driven from here. Okay? So, same thing for semester. Data ribbon, data validation, allow not any value, that's the default. In cells in Excel, the default is that people can type anything they want. But here we want to limit that to this list. And the source of this list is actually this guy right here. Click OK. And now they have to choose from one of these semesters. Okay? And then you can actually hide these if you like so that they don't see them. Okay? And there's also another way to put them on another sheet, but in order to put them on another sheet, just remember that you'll have to name these ranges first. And the way I've actually done 2 videos on naming cells and naming ranges in Excel, so if you haven't seen that, be sure to go to my channel and search for that. So let's say I highlight the semester categories and I name that semester, and the gender categories and I name that gender. Okay, and then now when I go to data validation, when I choose from the lists, I still get the same choices, but here if I wanted to put these onto another workbook, a worksheet, I can cut them, put them on some new worksheet over here. Okay, and I go back and you'll see that we get some kind of problems here because we've changed the location of the lists. Those were dependent on that location. So we can go in here and fix that. data validation, list. You see reference, we've got an error here because we moved our source. So here, for our source, we have to type equals and gender. Hit OK, and now we're back in business. If you try to actually go and highlight that range in the new cell, this is what will happen. It will not let you do it. It needs you to have the source data on the worksheet that you're working on, unless you name the range, and then you can simply refer to it like that. And it, as you can see, it works just fine. Okay, so that's the little workaround. And then for the semester, we change the location just like we change the location for gender, so we have to fix that. We have this error message, of course, because we moved it. We moved it to another sheet, but we named it, and we named it semester. So equals semester, hit OK. And as you can see, now we're back in business. So then you can go ahead and maybe hide this entire sheet by right-clicking on it, the sheet that holds the lists, the sources of these lists, so that people cannot fool with your lists. Okay, so right-click on the sheet you want to hide, click hide, and you see now we're in business, and no one knows what the source of all this is. No one's really interested. They're just going to give you data exactly the way you want it, and you can in the end compile it clean without any editing, any extra work on your end. And it's quite a cool trick. It looks pretty professional, and I'm sure you'll find some good use for it. Alright, so till next time, check out my channel. I got tons of other tutorial videos in Excel, Access, PowerPoint, Math, Statistics, R, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and click on our sponsors' ads. They keep these videos free for you guys. Have a great day.